portion of your maintenance workout. You've got decline sit-ups with a twist weighted and decline sit-ups no weight. So again, with the bench down, you can vary how low you go. I'm not going to go very low. And holding the weight at your chest, come down and come up. And you want to twist at the end of that movement towards one side. Okay? Your easier progression without the medicine ball and no twist. Again, as with the lunges, you can do any variation within that. Next for your core, we have a plank with a knee out. So in our plank position on our hands, bringing our knee out to the side, alternating, or just holding this position, keeping our stomach, bum, abs, back, everything nice and tight. Not as easy as it looks, that should be for 30 seconds. So knee out, just like your stride recovery when you're skating, and then the hold. So next for our upper body, we have our back exercises or posterior chain exercises. Very, very important for injury prevention that those muscles are strong compared to your chest. So make sure you're not skimping on the weight on these exercises and throwing on a ton of weight on your bench press, okay? Your two progressions, more difficult one is a bent over row with the bar. It takes a little bit more practice to get the positioning right, but we want to be at the bar, pulling the bar off with an underhand grip, leaning forward like we're doing a deadlift. So sticking our bum out, knees stay pretty straight, and you're pulling the bar up your thighs into your hips, keeping your back straight. Okay? Very difficult to keep your back straight on that exercise. Now your easier progression is with the cable. Okay? So again, you want to try and assume pretty much that same position, pulling the bar now more towards your chest. Okay, we're trying to keep the same position. Now this is going to pull you forward, so that's kind of nice. You're fighting that. Okay, try one of those two. Again, make sure you're using enough weight. We'll again go body weight for your next back exercise. So we're going to do an inverted pull-up or a reverse push-up, depending on what you want to call it. So we're not doing pull-ups or chin-ups from a high bar, even though we know you guys can. And the reason for that is I want to keep you guys out of an overhead movement. Okay, we're not trying to create any shoulder impingement. So during the season, I'd like to keep most of your exercises below shoulder height. Okay, lots of pulling this way. So you're going to do an inverted pull-up. Hands on the bar. More difficult progression is with your legs out straight, chest out, and pulling right up to the bar. Okay, using your back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. If that's very difficult for you, for the full amount of reps, bend your legs. You still want to pull up your whole upper body. Keep your hips up high, but that will make it slightly easier because you're lifting less weight. It's like doing a push-up from your knee. Finally, for your legs, we have a few different exercises. Mostly geared towards your hamstring and a little bit towards your glutes. So the first one is prone or on your stomach, hamstring curls. Now this one's more difficult because you need to keep your bum glued to the bench. This is no good. So we're keeping our bum squeezed into the bench, bending our legs back down without those hips lifting up off the bench. One more. Easy exercise would be seated hamstring curls. So you have this one at the gym where you're starting straight and pulling in. Again, your bum automatically stays on the bench. Okay? Those are your hamstring exercises. Then again for your hamstrings and glutes, we need to move into a body weight exercise. So your first or more difficult progression is a single leg hip thrust. To do that, you need a bench. Your shoulders or the bottom of your shoulder blades need to be on the edge of that bench. We're doing one leg at a time. So you're gonna have your foot planted, other leg is out straight. You're dropping your bum down and thrusting up until you have a nice straight line from your shoulders to your knee. You want that foot or knee to be at 90 degrees. So I may need mine out a little bit further. So I drop down and I come up. Drop down, come up, and I don't let my knee waver in or out. So I should feel that in my bum and hamstring. Our easier progression of that, same movement. Now I'm gonna have my shoulders on the ground, leg can be out or up into the air. And I'm doing that same movement, slightly less weight placed on my legs. But I really want to watch the orientation of my knee. Just up and down.